So this is the circuit for my final project. So here we have the 8 LEDs that are representing the sensors on the line tracker. So the top LED is the sensor furthest to the right, and the bottom is the sensor furthest to the left. These are in groups of 2 and connected to these AND gates here, so that the car will know where exactly the black line is underneath it. These 7 AND gates are then connected to a series of 3 OR gates. These 3 OR gates are there to represent whether the car needs to move to the right, the left, or continue moving straight. These 3 OR gates are then connected to another OR gate here, which is then connected to the AND gate before the first input. So when the first AND gate is activated, it will be in state 1, or state 1 will be activated, and when the second AND gate is activated here, it will be in state 2. And this is the register here. And the first state for this circuit is to determine when the car is under normal operations, and the second state is for when the car is at the intersection. So it'll need to turn left first, and then it'll need to continue moving straight through the intersection the second time it reaches it. So to do this, we have a series of 2 substates, and I used an AND gate here for the first substate and an XOR gate here for the second substate. These are then reconnected to the register to determine when the car will need to turn left or continue straight at the intersection. All of these states are then reconnected here back to another series of 3 AND gates, which are then connected to a series of 4 OR gates here for the 4 outputs for the circuit. These 4 LEDs are the 4 outputs for the right motor power, right motor direction, the left motor power, and the left motor direction. And here we have the clock that is connected to the register above. So when I turn the circuit on, as you can see, the circuit does not work properly. As it does not matter which LEDs I have turned on at a time, the circuit is going to have the 4 outputs on at all times. So I'm not sure if this is a glitch or if this is a wiring error, but I was unable to correct this in the circuit. And as you can see, even when I disconnect all of the inputs so that none of them are on, the car will still continue moving straight because all 4 outputs are on. So I'd like to ask you to look at the video for my FSM, because there I demonstrate the proper functioning of the circuit that I built.